Hello, everybody. It's Sandra Pelly, the Sandini, Inner Dragon Transformation Specialist, Galactic Shaman, as well as the Dragon Ally. I'm very excited to bring to you a little bit of the personality of Alan Tutt. I'd love to share, first of all, a little bit more deeply about him with regards to his bio. And he is the author of Choose to Believe, a practical guide to living your dreams, and he is committed to helping people tap into their unlimited power within them and channel it in ways that allow them to enjoy immense success with ease. His work is focused on both manifesting and hypnotic change work, and he has a unique ability to help his clients solve insurmountable problems in mere minutes. His newest program, Celestial Brilliance: 6 Steps to Unlock Your Creative Genius, can help anyone produce their best work with ease. And he, in essence, who he helps are hypnotherapy. Yeah, that's correct. Alan uses hypnotherapy principles and processes to help his clients and make those smaller inner shifts that lead to significant transformations, targeting any topic the client would like to work on. So in essence, it's a pretty wide open thing that you do, isn't it, with regards to who you work with? Is that correct, Alan?
Pretty much, yeah, because the way I look at it is that, especially with the Celestial Brilliance program you were just talking about, it's about tapping into that inner resource of creativity, which is something that we use all the time, whether we are an artist or not, because every time we're solving a problem, we're trying to creatively apply what we know to the current situation. So it's pretty much
Exactly.
something for everyone.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to share my screen. As I mentioned to you, Ellen, I've got some pretty random, fun questions to do here. So
Okay, let's
when
see
the
what we got.
clapping ends, read it out loud, even though everybody can see the question. So the first question, what's a challenge you faced that made you stronger?
Okay. I got a very clear answer from my inner mind on that one. A few years ago, I was working with a local organization called the Coptic Fellowship, presenting a class that they called the WSO, which is World Service Order,
Okay.
which is all about helping people find confidence and learn how to communicate with others in better ways. And in that process, we were recording our presentations because we wanted to create a library that could be used in the future. And before that time, every time I had to do a presentation, whether it was a 20-minute presentation or an hour-long presentation, I would spend days
Mm,
preparing, doing an outline, rehearsing at least the opening and the ending of each presentation, because once I got into it, I knew I could keep it rolling. But I would spend so much time preparing for all my presentations before that point. And the challenge that I faced at that point is that I had so much going on, I just couldn't keep up with everything. And the way that it made me stronger is it forced me to look at other ways of doing certain things. And the example here is those presentations. I started trusting my inner mind on a deeper level and allowing it to guide the presentation. It's like I would sit down with the camera, and a lot of them were here at the desk. So I'd set a clock down and I said, okay, it's a 20-minute presentation. Once I start, I've got 20 minutes and it has to be done. I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to do anything else. So I would do that, and okay, the first one or two weren't all that great. But after that, I started to get a feel for it and I started to flow with it. And what I got as feedback from those presentations from the students is that once I started doing that, my presentations improved. They got better. And that taught me so much about trusting the inner mind within and going with that intuition in the moment. And so
mm.
that has paid off in spades. So many benefits that have come from that. So,
I love that. I know that for myself, I know you speak about the mind, but I think it's truly an essence of you tapping into who you truly are. And I use the word heart with that. When I chose to step into um, giving myself from the heart space, it was amazing how it became so much more natural. And it was easier to talk about what I was passionate about because I didn't have to think about how was I going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. It just became very natural. I love that. Yeah. I have another question for you.
Okay.
Hmm. What's your guilty pleasure, snack or meal?
Hmm. Well, okay, there's a couple different ways that I'm interpreting that, and the first thing that strikes my attention, or what pulls my attention first, is the word guilty, because that suggests that I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, or that I feel like there's something wrong with that. And I can't say that I really feel like I'm doing anything wrong with anything that I'm eating. Even though there are some things that technically you probably shouldn't do, like ice cream or cake or cookies and those kind of things, but I don't pig out on them. I don't stuff my face with them. I don't make them the entire meal. But the other way that I'm interpreting that is what truly gives me a feeling of indulgence. And if I approach the question in that respect, what do I really feel indulgent about? Um, Nothing specific is coming to mind, but there is one thing that's coming up, and I have no idea why, but it's a tuna casserole. It's a simple little dish that I think, well, I can't say everyone's had it because it's just something that I grew up with. But what's interesting about that one, okay, now we get to go into something else. What's interesting about the tuna casserole is when Linda and I first got together. I've been with her since early '98, so we've been together for 27 years. We've been married for 20 years. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary last month.
Congratulations.
But when we first got together, I felt like I wanted to make a tuna casserole for dinner. But I knew that she was into what I would call the foo-foo things, a lot of fancy things. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I've got to dress this up. So that's getting into the creativity idea again. It's like, okay, what can I do that makes this different? And the classic way of making that dish is you boil the noodles, you mix it with cream of mushroom soup, you put the tuna in there, and that's pretty much it. And I'm thinking, okay, well, how can I dress this up? Well, I could replace the mushroom soup with something else. Let me look around. Okay, you know what? She likes Miracle Whip. Let me try that in there. So I threw that in there, and it's like, okay, what else can I do? Well, I can throw some cheese in there. Cheese is good for everything. So I threw that in there. And then after I mixed it up, it's like, okay, can I do something else? Can I do something else? And I'm thinking, normally you just boil the noodles, throw it together, and it's done. But what if I throw it in the oven for 20 minutes and crisp up the edge of the noodles? And so I did all of that, and she loved it so much, she will not let me make it the other way. So I
I
created
love
my
this.
own version of a tuna casserole, and it's something that we both feel that's comfort food. If we're tired, if we're exhausted, if we just want a feeling of home and being grounded where we are, that's one of the dishes that we go to.
I, first of all, really appreciate that you changed that from the guilty pleasure to something that really brought in a whole different value to this question. That is so beautiful. A couple things. I definitely will have cake or ice cream for a meal. Okay. That's one of my pleasures, and I'm going to drop the other word. That's one of my pleasures. I have a beautiful memory of, gosh, back in the 80s when I was first starting to get to know my husband, he actually made me a tuna casserole. I don't remember how it was made. The most vivid thing that I can remember is my husband does not like fish, but he made me a tuna casserole. So yeah, I love that. That's so beautiful. I'm going to move us on to the next question.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, something a little different, eh? Mm, I love this. So,
Oh,
Alan, what lights you up and makes you truly feel alive?
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Um, just to provide a little context, a couple of years ago, my wife joined a band here in the Grand Rapids area. It's an all-girl band that plays 60s rock music, and all of the members of the band. Okay, well, the youngest member of the band is 1 year older than I am, and most of the others are in their 70s. But they really get into the music that they're playing. And there are a lot of songs that I really enjoy. And so, what really lights me up is having the opportunity, which doesn't always come up. It depends on how big of a dance floor there is, how many people are out there, but getting out on the dance floor and just turning my brain off and just letting my body move to the music. And that just gives me a feeling of lightness, a feeling of joy, a feeling of an expression of the that inner essence.
Wow. You've almost brought me to tears. I'm in the process. I'm in the middle of a significant amount of time. And when I say significant amount of time, for me it is. It's been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months-ish that I've had nerve damage in my neck right now. And I am a dancer, absolutely love dancing. And I am able to because of as soon as I start to move like that with my upper body, it triggers my whole arm and pain and that. So I feel very emotional listening to you because I want you, Alan, the next time you go to dance, please do a dance for me, please. And let me know. Okay? That brings up a lot of emotion in me. Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
and since you have this tagline about the inner fire, there's a song that they do about light my fire, and so I will definitely do it to that song.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Next question. Hmm. So, Alan, how do you reconnect with yourself when life gets overwhelming? I love this question. How do you reconnect with yourself when life gets overwhelming?
Um, well, I think the best answer to that is I go for a walk out in nature. Although from my perspective, I'm not really reconnecting with myself, I'm reconnecting to nature itself. But I also see that everything outside of us is merely an extension of who we are. And so I don't really see a sharp division between me and the rest of the world. So in a way, when I'm connecting with nature, I am connecting to another part of myself. So going for a walk in nature would be the answer on that one.
I wholly agree with you. There is something about the ripple effect and like we're energy. We're all energy. The outside is energy and we're energy. Inside of us is energy. So it makes sense to go out into all of that energy that knows no human limitations or restrictions in that and just be in that and reconnect at a entirely different level. I love that. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. That's one of my go-tos as well. Yeah. And the final question, what's your favorite quote? And I lost that. Just bear with me here. I got to find it. What's your favorite quote or saying that resonates with you?
For a very, very long time, the quote that I bring up most often is one from Zig Ziglar. You can get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want.
I would like you to repeat that. Everybody close your eyes and take that in.
You can get everything in life you want if you just simply help other people get what they want.
Wow, that is so
Because
powerful.
it's all about karma. The more we give, the more we get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I'm a firm believer of that as well. Firm believer. Yeah, yeah. It's really interesting too. And we could go off on a whole conversation. I just want to say this, and then we'll move over to what your gift is in the spring equinox giveaway. I was in the position where I was able to do something for somebody, and it was really interesting witnessing how incapable they were of receiving it graciously. They were so awkward, and it was really an eye opener of where I am on my own ability to be able to receive. So many people are so capable of sharing. And that's a really big part of that is being able to do it in both directions. Because if we're able to share, being able to receive what you just said with regards to that is it will come back because we've opened ourselves up to that being able to receive as well, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, very
And that
powerful.
is a very important part of that too. It's not just about giving to others, it's also being open to receive because karma, if you put up a block to receiving, then karma will try to give you stuff, but then it's going to bounce off that wall that you've constructed and you just won't see it. So you have to be open to receive in order to do
Yeah.
so.
So I want everybody to close their eyes. And Alan, can you repeat that quote one more time, please?
You can get everything in life you want if you just help enough other people get what they want.
Mm.
And I think I actually nailed it that time. I phrased it a little differently each time.
I love it. So, Alan, in the spring equinox, and everybody who's watching this, whether you're watching this in March of when this gift giveaway is, or whether you're watching it at a later date, this is just a beautiful sharing of getting to know Alan a little bit more deeply. And you can definitely find him in all kinds of different ways. But we're going to hone in right now on your beautiful gift for the spring equinox gift giveaway, and that's the Fresh Start collection. Tell us a little bit about that. And I know when you gifted it to this, I was super stoked, and I told you the reason behind why I was so excited about it. But I'd love for you to share what it is, please.
Sure. Yeah. The Fresh Start collection is a set of 10 hypnotic recordings that I created actually about a year ago. Um, these are roughly about a half an hour long, maybe a little bit shorter on some of them, but each recording addresses a very specific purpose. And as a collection, it's all about making a new start in life. If you're ready to give up the problems of the past and you're ready to embrace a more inviting, blessed future, this is a set of recordings that will help you go within, connect with the divine essence within yourself, and then to use the resources that you have within yourself to restructure certain aspects of your personality, certain aspects of the way you do things, your automatic responses, the habits that you have, so that you can flow through life more easily. Uh, again, there's 10 recordings. The first one is called Fresh Start. It's really just about giving yourself permission to make that change and to move forward. The second one is called New Identity, New Life, because a lot of times we get stuck on the description, the definition of who we are. It's like, I am an introvert. I am a logical person. I'm not intuitive. I'm not an artist, which are things that I used to say about myself. But we do have the freedom and the capability to change certain aspects of ourselves. For instance, with me, it was all about logic and reason and that kind of thing, the left brain thinking. And being intuitive, being an artist felt so alien that it's like, that's just not who I am. But yet, over the years, I've learned that that's only a shell, that's only a costume that we're wearing. And that if we truly get in contact with our authentic self within, we are that divine being. We are someone with unlimited potential. And that unlimited potential also means changing the way we interact with the world. So through this second recording in the set, you can redefine who you are so that you can feel more natural doing what needs to be done to get the results you want in life.
Love
So
it.
that's the second one. The third one is all about setting up the belief and the expectation that you're going to have the best year ever.
Mm.
Because when we truly believe that good things are coming, there's a natural process that happens within us that just filters out anything that's going to prevent us from getting there and directs our attention to the things that we need to do in order to create that best year ever. I think people call it the reticular activating system or something like that. It's about your subconscious mind will filter what you see in the world that will help guide you to the experience you want to have. So that's number 3. Number 4 is all about developing a powerful willpower. A lot of us think that, okay, well, yeah, I probably could do that, but I'm just a wimp in terms of willpower. I make a decision and then I go back on it, and then it's like all this hemming and hawing and wishy-washy, all that kind of stuff. This recording will help put you in contact with that divine power that is within you, that comes from that divine source. And that divine power can be channeled in a way that can give you the strength to stand by your decisions, to follow through with what you want to do, and to continue through whatever challenges might approach and come into your experience. You can get past those challenges so that you can get the results that you truly want. That's I think that was number 4. The next one in the list is habit replacement. A lot of us have picked up habits over the years, and sometimes we want to change a habit. Again, this one was created as a new year thing. So fresh start. It's like if you've been a smoker and you don't want to be a smoker, that's a change of habits. If you've been someone who overeats and you don't want to overeat, that's a habit that you can change. If you're someone who gets nervous when you're going out into crowds, that is an emotional habit that you have, and that's a habit that can be changed. So there's a recording in this that will let you change whatever habit you want to change in the way that you want to change it. Again, because this package was originally created as a way of answering New Year's resolutions, there's one to help you find the motivation to get the exercise that will keep you healthy. And so it's really all about that. There's many different ways. I know I'm going into too much detail. I'm going to make these a little shorter as we go. With the exercise, there's another recording that helps you tap into that flow of energy that comes from that divine spark within, so that you always feel vibrant and alive and ready to take on whatever is coming your way. There's a recording to help you manage eating habits, to actually find that the healthy foods are what attract you. And so it will kind of guide you in the general direction. I never say you will never eat this kind of food ever again. It's not about setting up additional barriers. It's just a matter of setting preferences so that, okay, I'm going to go this way. Yeah, I'll still eat some of that once in a while, but not as often as I eat this other stuff. And then, of course, all of that kind of works together to another goal that a lot of people have as far as reshaping their body. For some of us, we want to build up more muscles. For others, we want to trim down the fat. Different ways of reshaping yourself. And then the last recording in the set is what I call the skeleton key. This is a recording that will take you through a very basic core process that is at work with all of the other recordings, and let you define what the outcome is going to be. It lets you define, this is what I want to change, and this is how I want to change it. And then it guides you through the very simple process. It's a 4-step process that will allow you to let go of the old, embrace the new, and make it an integral part of who you are.
Wow.
So as a collection, this is a set of recordings that can help you accomplish so much in your life. And
I
it's
am
just,
I'm
yeah.
very, very excited about it. Thank you so much, Alan, for coming on and playing along with the questions and giving myself and the audience an opportunity to know you a little bit more. And these gifts, like this Fresh Start collection, just sounds absolutely remarkable and something that a lot of people can benefit from it. And I love the way that you stage it or stack it. Like we talk about stacking these days, where you're doing one thing and then the next thing that you're doing is kind of stacked on a top of it so that it creates a new habit in the way
Okay.
that you're doing things. And that's what I'm hearing with this beautiful set of the recordings. Thank you again, Alan, for being here. I really appreciate you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I love it.